Hi, it's Marcus Guiliano and my son Justin.
Justin Guiliano.
Just say hi.
Hi.
Hi. Justin and I just ran the Orange Classic in Middletown, New York. What did it say? The 13th, Sunday, June 13th?
Yep.
Sunday, June 13th. We ran the 30th anniversary.
Yep.
Your best time ever for a 10K, 51:04.
Yep.
You were really going. You were really going, weren't you?
Yep.
The last half mile you took off. You actually legitimately beat me fair and square today.
Yes.
Legitimately beat me. Usually we would cross the finish line together.
Yes.
I couldn't catch you. What were you thinking that last? Because we turned the corner, and that's where like before the finish line, before we get into the track. By the way, we're going to talk about chocolate today. Before we get off on, before we lose your attention, we're talking about chocolate today. But you turn the corner. The fans are spraying water. There's a rock band out there playing, and it's like the entrance to the stadium. What were you thinking? Because you just took off. You didn't even look at me or say anything. You just took off, and I was like, "Holy cow!"
I was thinking I have to. I saw the timer at mile 6, and I'm like, it's at 49 minutes. It's at 49:50 minutes. So I'm
and
like,
we were trying to get at 50 minutes today.
Yeah.
But you did 51:04 for 8 years old. That's awesome time.
So I'm like, I just gotta run.
You just gotta run. Yeah, forget about Dad. I'm running. He'll catch up to me if he can, right? Well, I could not catch up to you today. This is one of those few races I couldn't catch up to you. I hope that becomes an issue because it's only going to push me to go faster and faster. So Justin's been running for 3 full years. Justin just turned 8 years old. When he turned 5 years old, we realized he was a natural runner. Just started running, and you had your new running shoes today.
Yep.
That you tried. They got 2 weeks ago. They seem to be doing good on you. They're very, very super light.
Yes.
Sneakers that I wore my super light sneakers today. So perfect day for running. You did an awesome job. Now to the chocolate. Oh, Courtney, do you want to say hi?
What? Oh, hi.
Courtney, your sister.
Yeah.
My daughter. So people are always saying how healthy chocolate is. You know, all these nutritionists, all these companies say how healthy chocolate is as antioxidants. I want to talk about the 3 things that kill the nutrition of chocolate. And people say, well, you know, I only have dark chocolate. And they say, I have dark chocolate and that's fine, that's the antioxidants. Do you guys know the 3 things that kill the nutrition of chocolate? 3 major components. Courtney? 3 things that kill the nutrition. What is it? Heating it. Heating it kills the nutritional value of chocolate. What else? What else gets added to chocolate?
Sugar.
Sugar. Sugar kills, and I'll do the last one. Dairy.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 major components that kill the nutritional value of chocolate. Now let's get to the heating part. Well, most chocolate that's brought into the United States is heated to high temperatures. So they're killing the enzymes, they're killing the chocolate. It's dead food. Now if you're a raw foodist, or you follow David Wolfe or any of those raw foodists, they will tell you the difference between truly raw chocolate, small stack fermentation, because all the beans are fermented to a certain point, to the large stack fermentation where the beans are actually roasting and getting really hot. I've been told by our one chocolate company that their small stack ferment and it's at 95 degrees, which is still at a very small level as compared to a couple hundred degrees when they do these large stack fermentations. So big corporate conglomerates, chocolate manufacturers, to the really small handcrafted. So heat's the first thing. Now I don't know the exact amount, but there's more and more truly raw chocolate on the market now. But I'd have to say it, over 90% of the chocolate you get, whether it's dark or not, in a candy bar, in a block, in powder form even, is cooked.
Yeah.
That's just an estimate out there based upon my buying experiences. For me,
not very good for you.
Right, it's not very good because they're killing the nutrition. They're cooking, killing the food. Now, as a chef, a restaurateur, for years there wasn't even such thing as raw chocolate. I mean, David Wolfe really blew up the raw chocolate, and it's awesome. And if you look, I mean, we could do a whole history on chocolate here for an hour, and we're not going to get involved. We're just, the 3 components that kill the nutrition of chocolate are what we're talking about today. Heat is one. The next is sugar. Sugar is one of the most detrimental things you can put into your body. I remember back years ago, I'd hear Gary Knoll talking about on his radio show about how they did at the Applied Science Biology Institute, whatever it was in New York, where they took actually people's hands and put just 1 grain of sugar in their hand. And they would hold this, And that sugar was enough, just in touching their skin, holding it, to signal their bodies into an immune reaction. Their bodies would know that their immune system was sort of under attack. And so that's, sugar is so detrimental.
Wow.
Even if you're like, we're talking about white refined sugar here, or brown sugar, or the raw turbinado sugar that you get in the packets in the raw sugar, because that's not really raw sugar, by the way. Raw sugar would be totally unheated. If you want raw sugar cane, you're going to juice sugar cane yourself, and that's going to be it. The sugar cane juice is raw. Most processors are going to heat them up to, and even the sucanat, which is the rawest of the raw, is still cooked. You know, they're still set there and lowly cooked and evaporated. So when you see evaporated cane juice, dehydrated cane juice, sugar, 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 it's all sugar. Brown sugar is sugar with molasses added back into it. It's sugar. Sugar is detrimental to your body. When you combine it with chocolate, no go. The last thing is dairy. Now, I've read the reports on dairy. I don't know the exact statistics in front of me, but dairy will kill, counterbalance the nutritional aspects of chocolate. Now, chocolate is one of the most rich antioxidant foods out there. Antioxidant is the pigment in the food. The darker the color of the food, the higher the antioxidant. Now, chocolate's a fruit, and you're actually eating the bean of the chocolate, or the seed. The seed, which is the bean, comes inside the fruit encapsulated in this oval thing, and chocolate, when it grows, actually flowers and grows off the trunk. It doesn't grow on the branch, it grows off the trunk. So you walk up to the trunk and pick the chocolate pods, which is the fruit. There's a flesh inside, and the beans are in there, the seeds, okay? So those are the three things that really detriment chocolate. So if you're going out there and saying, I'm having dark chocolate, which is in the store, do you know dark chocolate can have like 50% sugar in it? Chocolate is bitter to most people. If you don't consume sugar on a regular basis or sweet things, then you're acclimated. Or if you're a raw foodist, a lot of raw foodists can eat the chocolate beans by themselves, or the cacao nibs, the cacao and the powder. That's fine. But most general people and general chefs say, I'm having dark chocolate, we're serving dark chocolate. It's still like 50% sugar. It's like it's only 60% cacao. The rest of it is truly sugar. So 50-50, but 60-40, somewhere in there. That's an excessive amount of sugar. Excessive amount of sugar. So, you know, if you want truly raw chocolate, go online, find a good company that specializes, call them, ask them questions. Ask them how they heat it, if it's heated. Ask them how it's ground. Make sure the mechanisms grinding the chocolate aren't heating the cacao powder, the chocolate powder. Because machinery, when you make peanut butter, when you make things like that, the machinery alone, even when you juice and you stuff a juicer full of veggies, if you're not careful how you're loading it up or the type of machine, you're actually going to start heating and cooking what you're doing. So that can happen to the powder, the chocolate or cacao powder. Which isn't good. That can heat it as well. So these companies have to have very sophisticated and very advanced machinery to do this. So please be aware, when they're talking about the antioxidant power of chocolate, they're talking about really raw chocolate. Truly raw chocolate. So don't get fooled with the dark chocolate. Don't get fooled into the other chocolates. The good news is the companies are out there. There's a lot of progressive companies out there doing some really awesome stuff with raw chocolates. All over the country. Google raw chocolates, you'll find something. Go to Superfoods, Ultimate Superfoods, or Sun Foods, I mean. All these companies on my website, there's a ton of links to that stuff. People want the stuff, people are buying it. Yeah. So, that's it. Courtney, you'll cut the camera out for us? You're paying attention? Not yet, though. We have to say goodbye. Do our official goodbye line, right? You are what you eat, right? Which is, I mean, like one of the most ancient things ever said. I don't think anybody can ever remember the first time they were told you are what you eat. Because you've been told that your whole life. And you still see kids eating potato chips, drinking juice boxes, right? Eating grilled cheese sandwich with the right bread, and then flushing it down with a chocolate bar, right? A milk chocolate bar. So, my goal, I'm a chef on a mission. I'm really outraged by the food. I want better food. And this is just one example of how to buy better chocolate. My son Justin, who is an awesome runner, and we did awesome today. We'll see you guys later. Thanks for listening.